You're watching KTSM 9 News First at 4. Starts right now.
Welcome to KTSM 9 News, which is also live on KTSM Plus. If you haven't yet, download the app on your smart TV and you can watch this show through your television set right live with us. We have issued a weather authority alert due to the extreme heat. Of course, KTSM was the very first to warn you that we would be facing this extraordinary heat wave right in the beginning of August. That certainly came to fruition yesterday. Sunday's official high temperature 105, which places that in the extreme heat range. As you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky, and likely we are not going to see any clouds at least for several days. Officially, a heat advisory is posted for El Paso County, Doña Ana County, including Las Cruces and Luna County, all the way through Wednesday at about 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm extending the weather authority alert all the way through Thursday because I believe this dome of high pressure is going to be a problem for us for several days to come. Let's take a look at the current conditions at the International Airport. It is 104 right now. Of course, we're still in our critical heating time. That will go all the way until 6 o'clock tonight. I do believe we'll level off today somewhere in the 105 to 106 range. And we're going to get even hotter for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's when that dome of high pressure reaches its maximum. We could be at a high of, I'm expecting 108. I'm giving you the worst case scenario for those 2 days, but we are going to crescendo on the heat on Tuesday and Wednesday. We've got a dew point at 26. That's extraordinarily dry, especially for this time of year, but a big dome of high pressure will do this. It sets up, it basically blocks all of the ability of storms to form in the first place. In addition to that, we've had a real drying at the mid-level of the atmosphere, and that's the level of the atmosphere where we need moisture to produce thunder showers. You can see in the orange here all the areas where we have that heat advisory. It was able to break through up in the upper portion of the Sacramento Mountains with a couple of little stray showers that wanted to get going. But again, under this dome of high pressure, it will be very difficult. Here is a quick look at tomorrow. If you want to walk your dog, oh, please don't do it at 5 o'clock. Consider it at 8 o'clock and early in the morning. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We'll talk about that extreme heat bubble and then a return of our thunderstorms by the end of the week. Andy.
Robert, thank you very much. El Paso police have identified a 28-year-old woman as the suspect in a fatal hit-and-run crash that killed a 77-year-old woman last month in South-Central El Paso. Police confirmed to KTSM that Melanie Christine Cuellar is wanted in connection with a July 18th crash that killed Maria Lopez, a mother and a grandmother. Family telling KTSM she has been was shopping that morning and was planning to visit family in Juarez. Over the weekend, the daughter of the victim, Viviana Lopez, went on social media with a photo of the suspect asking for the public's help.
And I say buried because she is still not resting. We did not lay her to rest. She will rest when we catch the driver. We now have her picture out. Her name is Melanie, aka the Double. She's hiding, and I need your help to find her.
As we have previously reported, Lopez was crossing the street on Alameda in South Central. She was hit by an SUV where she died at the scene. A man is accused of stealing thousands of dollars from victims using ATMs across the city. El Paso police are now asking for your help to find him. These are pictures of the suspect. According to police, his crime spree began back in January. The suspect appears to be a Hispanic male in his 30s with a dark complexion and overweight. He is seen in one of the images wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the wording "low riding" on the front and an image of a car. The suspect also appears to be driving a newer model Volkswagen SUV. If you know anything, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers of El Paso at the number you see there on your screen. Today marked the first day of school for many Borderland students. El Paso, Socorro, Canutillo, and Fabens ISDs are all back in the classroom. Take a look. Bobby Joe Hill and Montwood High School both kicked off the morning welcoming students with the drum line. Of course, you got the cheerleaders as well as the dance team. You may recall both EPISD and SISD are starting the year with implementing the new bill prohibiting cell phones in classrooms. We also got a chance to speak with the El Paso ISD interim superintendent, who tells us how they're planning for the new school year.
One of our goals as we consider the new school year is ensuring that we continue to refine our existing systems and structures when we consider our curriculum, and continuing to be encourage successes of our students.
And send us your back to school photos by emailing them to news@ktsm.com. And today, Idea Public School is also welcoming their students back to the classroom. This school year, the campus will make history by welcoming its first 12th grade students. The principal says they have grown with their students since they were in 6th grade and are excited for their futures. Now, throughout the year, Idea Mesa Hills says they will commemorate this historic senior class with a series of celebrations, including senior sunrise, class photos, college signing day, and events, as well as other traditions. 407, let's get our first check of traffic at this hour. This is a live picture of I-10 and Geronimo. You can see not a lot to slow you down on the interstate today. Both eastbound and westbound lanes moving smoothly at this hour. To national news now, new movement at the Federal Reserve and how it could impact interest rates. In today's Political Minute, Blake Berman breaks down the situation.
An open position at the Federal Reserve as President Trump pushes for lower interest rates. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. Recently, President Trump has been pressuring the Fed and Chair Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. Federal Reserve Governor Adriana Kugler announced her resignation last week, which means the president gets to pick her replacement. Now, whoever President Trump chooses could impact future interest rate decisions. The Fed's Board of Governors is made up of 7 members who serve 14-year terms. Fed Chair Powell is one of the members. They work alongside the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and 4 other Federal Reserve Bank presidents. Together, they make up what's called the Federal Open Market Committee, which votes on interest rate decisions. Last meeting, they voted in favor of leaving the rate unchanged, with 2 members dissenting. Kugler was absent for that vote. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Coming up, wave riding canines competing in the 2025 World Dog Surfing Championship this weekend. Then this weekend, you can save some money during tax-free weekend in Texas, the state's yearly event for back-to-school shopping. Thanks for choosing KTSM 9 News First at 4, putting local first.
I just buried my mother, or we did, friends and family. And I say buried because she is still not resting. We did not lay her to rest. She will rest when we catch the driver.
That was the daughter of the victim, Viviana Lopez, going on social media with a photo of the suspect asking for the public's help. El Paso police have identified a 28-year-old woman as the suspect in a deadly hit-and-run crash that killed a 77-year-old woman last month in South-Central El Paso. Police confirming to KTSM that Melanie Christine Cuellar is wanted in connection with a July 18th crash that killed Maria Lopez. And we shared this story to our social media accounts, and many of you had a lot of thoughts and wanted to share some of those. We have one comment saying, she's probably in Juarez. I pray you get the justice you deserve. I hope she grows up and takes responsibility for her actions and choices. Another comment saying, that's her, the expletive, and I hope they get her and rots in jail. Another comment in Spanish here, they need to find her. And here at KTSM, we value your opinion, want to hear more from you. Make sure you share those comments on all of our social media platforms, as well as email at news@ktsm.com. We got weather coming up next with Robert. Stay with us.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Wave riding canines competing in the 2025 World Dog Surfing Championships this weekend. The yearly contest brings thousands of spectators to San Francisco. The judging, well, it's based on how long the dog remains on the board and how long they can hold their balance, and whether they perform any tricks like turning around while riding the waves. My dogs could never.
Man, I want to do that. You've got 2 dogs. You've had 3 dogs.
I got 3 dogs. None of them. Absolutely not. The Labrador, I feel like she's a real big fan of the water. So she would like that part of it, but standing on a board, I don't think that board's going to hold.
I guess it would be immoral to just like strap your dog to it, right?
Probably.
They have to know how to surf,
they got to be
you
willing,
can't win
a willing
by
participant
forcing
here,
them
Robert.
no matter what gravity does.
That's not what we want.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
What we also don't want is, goodness gracious, it got warm fast.
Andy, I got your misery meter ready, and I've got the oh so close to misery meter ready too.
Yeah.
You ready for all these numbers?
Starting to tally them up here.
Here they come, like a casino machine. Here they are, 28 days of triple-digit heat. The one we're waiting on today, right here. Yesterday, we had a high temperature of 105. That was our 9th day between 105 and 109. Of course, if we hit that today, we'll put a 10 in that column, and it's going to get worse. In fact, it'll go up in temperature for Tuesday and Wednesday. I expect both days to be the hottest days of the week. So we do need to exercise extreme caution outdoors. Even if you're desert hardened, work outside all the time, this is a different kind of heat. 6 days on Andy's oh so close to misery meter. What is that? That's when we hit 99, and that's what we hit on Saturday. Hot enough, but not hot enough to make it to the official misery meter. It is 99 in Las Cruces right now. Winds coming in about 6 miles per hour, dew point at 13, very, very dry. Here are the high temperatures so far today across the borderland. 100 at the Pass and Van Horn, 105 Juarez, 101 Deming. So far we've been at 104, a 100 Alamogordo, and 86 for Ruidoso. A look at the satellite radar composite. You can't see a dome of high pressure because it suppresses the atmosphere. It pushes down on us. Clouds can't really form. Thunderstorms certainly can't form, and the skies are clear, allowing in even more heat, so it's sort of a self-fulfilling mechanism. Here's your heat advisory. All the orange color you see, including Doña Ana County, Luna County, and most of El Paso County, part of Hudspeth County along the border. That lasts all the way until Wednesday evening. Up in the Sacramento Mountains, well, one little cell tried to get going on the eastern slopes. A little bit of rain there, and then that was it. Here are the winds. They'll be very light and variable tonight. 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, the winds are going to be light as well as we continue to sit and roast under that big ridge of high pressure. Well, what changes for tomorrow? That ridge of high pressure reaches its maximum between Tuesday morning and about Wednesday afternoon. So 2 extraordinarily hot days. I always like to give you the worst case scenario. I've calculated that at 108 for our Tuesday. Lots of sunshine, heat advisory. Let's be careful, shall we? Here's your allergy forecast. 9s across the board for the next 3 days, so that's terrible. 69 Alamogordo, 65 Deming, and 78 for Juarez. Here are your high temperatures for tomorrow. 102 Alamogordo, 104 Deming and Las Cruces, 108 Juarez, 106 Van Horn, and 87 even up in Ruidoso. Coming up in just a bit, I'll have your exclusive 9-day forecast. We'll talk about that extreme heat going away as we cruise in toward the weekend. You stay with KTSM 9 News. I can't speak.
Well, in case you missed it, yesterday the Borderland honored and remembered the victims of the August 3rd Walmart shooting. Sunday morning, families, city leaders, and community members gathered at the Jim Crouch Park. Each name was read aloud, followed by a ceremonial bell toll, a moment of silence, and the release of white doves. The county ended the evening at Escalante Park, where people gathered at the Healing Garden. From sunrise to sunset, El Pasoans remembering the 23 lives lost that day. In other news, a beloved family entertainment center in West El Paso is now closed for good. Adventure Zone shut its doors for the final time on Sunday after almost 25 years of business. Owner J.R. Phillips confirmed to KTSM that he is closing the business permanently, saying, quote, "It is time to move on." He says it has been a pleasure serving the El Paso community and is thankful to the thousands of people who walk through their doors. Adventure Zone was known for its tacos, mini golf course, and attractions like go-karts. And in a consumer alert, this weekend you can save some money during tax-free weekend in Texas. That's the state's yearly event for back-to-school shopping. Under Texas law, there will be no sales tax on most clothing, footwear, school supplies, and backpacks that are individually priced under $100. This is happening August 8th through the 10th. A recent Bankrate poll shows around 20% of shoppers say buying school supplies is straining their budgets. Well, don't go anywhere. We have another half hour of news coming your way. You're watching KTSM 9 News, first at 4. El Paso police have identified a 28-year-old woman as the suspect in a fatal hit-and-run crash that killed a 77-year-old woman last month in South-Central El Paso. Police confirmed to KTSM that Melanie Christine Cuellar is wanted in connection with a July 18th crash that killed Maria Lopez, a mother and a grandmother. Family telling KTSM she had been shopping that morning and was planning to visit family in Juarez. Over the weekend, the daughter of the victim, Viviana Lopez, went on social media with a photo of the suspect asking for the public's help.
And I stay buried because she is still not resting. We did not lay her to rest. She will rest when we catch the driver. We now have her picture out. Her name is Melanie, aka the Double. She's hiding, and I need your help to find her.
As we've previously reported, Lopez was crossing the street on Alameda in South Central when she was hit by an SUV where she died at the scene. Well, today marked the first day of school for many students in the Borderland. El Paso, Socorro, Canutillo, and Fabens ISDs are all back in the classroom. Take a look. Bobby Joe Hill and Montwood High School both kicked off the morning welcoming its students with the drum line. You have the cheer and dance teams as well. You may recall both EPISD and SISD are starting the year with implementing the new bill prohibiting phones in the classrooms. We got a chance to speak with the El Paso ISD interim superintendent who tells us how they're preparing for the new school year.
One of our goals as we consider the new school year is ensuring that we continue to refine our existing systems and structures when we consider our curriculum and continuing to be encourage successes of our students.
Remember, you can send us your back to school photos by emailing them to news@ktsm.com. And today, Idea Public Schools also welcoming their students back. This school year, the campus will make history by welcoming its first senior class students. The principal says they have grown with their students since they were in 6th grade and are excited for their futures. Now, throughout the year, Idea Mesa Hill says they will commemorate this historic senior class with a series of celebrations, including senior sunrise, class photos, college signing day events, and other traditions. El Paso County wants to remind the public that county-operated cooling centers remain open to help residents stay safe during the extreme heat. This as high temperatures persist across the region. The county continues to provide relief through its network of community centers designated as cooling centers. These facilities are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Sunday and are currently scheduled to stay open through August 15th. For a list of cooling center locations, make sure to go to our website, ktsm.com. Pet owners are also being encouraged to take precautions by ensuring pets have access to fresh water and shaded areas, as well as to avoid walking their pets during peak heat hours to prevent overheating and paw pad injuries. For after hours or overnight cooling assistance, dial 311 to be connected with the city's shelter network partners. Switching gears now, let's talk about the weather as we take a live look outside using our tower camera. Certainly do love that shot. You got El Paso there off in the distance and Ciudad Juarez. Chief Meteorologist Robert Bettis joins us now. One thing I don't like, Robert, is the extreme heat.
You know what I didn't know? I didn't know that animals could be very sensitive to a hot concrete.
Definitely.
Until a few years ago, and then I learned that it burns them too. So be careful.
And they'll tell you too. You'll see. I know when the cement gets too hot, even like our pool deck, for example, will get pretty warm. You kind of see the Labrador kind of like picking up her paws a little bit.
They'll just jump right into your arms.
So you can tell.
Okay. All right. Well, let's protect our pets. Let's get through this heat wave, which will last through much of our work week ahead. I believe the hottest days are yet to come. That will be Tuesday and Wednesday before it starts to come back down. It's 104 at the airport right now. Dew point 26. Hence, not a cloud in the sky. We've got sinking air. Compression is what's making us so hot right now. 105 so far today, Juarez, 104 El Paso, 101 Deming, 99 Las Cruces, and 100 Alamogordo. I'll have those official high temperatures for you tonight at about 6:30. Here's a look at the radar and satellite composite. Very quiet out there, and don't expect anything. Don't expect any storms, even any clouds, until this ridge of high pressure is done. So here's a quick look at tomorrow. Speaking of walking dogs, do not take them out in the afternoon. Please keep them in a cool place. Things get better toward the weekend. I'm going to have that detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Andy.
Robert, thank you. Governor Greg Abbott is threatening Texas Democratic lawmakers with removal from office after the lawmakers, including El Paso's delegation, left the state in order to block a vote on redrawn congressional maps designed to add 5 Republican seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. Capitol Bureau correspondent Adam Schwager has more from the Capitol.
Over 50 Texas House Democrats are no longer in the state of Texas.
A quorum is not present.
And now Governor Greg Abbott is threatening to remove them from office. He cited a non-binding 2021 opinion from Attorney General Ken Paxton. It says district courts can declare an office abandoned, although only if the intention of the officeholder is to abandon and relinquish the office.
If I had to guess, I don't think the courts are going to line up behind him.
Seth Barrett-Tillman is a law professor with experience in constitutional procedure. Notably, he filed a document in support of Donald Trump remaining on the Colorado primary ballot, a case the president won.
Terminating a elected official in the position he was elected is a big thing, which is what the Colorado Supreme Court learned.
And even Paxton said removal from office wouldn't be an immediate answer, and we'd have to sue in every legislator's home district to execute on that idea, in a talk show interview Monday morning.
Respectfully, he's making up some.
In a Monday morning press conference in New York, State Representative and Attorney Jolanda Jones called Abbott's threats hollow.
He's trying to get sound bites, and he has no legal mechanism.
Abbott also threatened the members with bribery charges for accepting political donations to pay for expenses and fines they incur. While not an expert on Texas campaign finance law, Tillman says by definition, this action is likely not a bribe.
If he's being transparent about receiving these funds, if he tells the public he's received it, if he spends it in a way that's to facilitate public action, which is breaking the quorum, and he pays taxes on it, then I wouldn't call that a bribe. I would call that normal politics.
Speaker Dustin Burrows signed civil arrest warrants and said the Texas House will work with DPS to locate members and bring them to the Capitol. Their jurisdiction would not likely extend to other states. However, Burrows left open the possibility of working with the Trump administration to get federal law enforcement to help bring the Democrats back to the Capitol. Well, it has been about a month since communities in the Hill Country in Central Texas were hit by devastating floods, claiming the lives of over 130 Texans. Last Thursday, lawmakers heard personal stories about how the floods changed many lives and are still affecting residents even today. Many say they will need long-term physical health assistance and some form of mental health assistance after what they experienced. Others say they're experiencing more issues in their homes. Kylie Nedverst lives in one of the only 5 homes in Bumblebee Hills untouched by the floods and says her community has been left behind the state.
Those of us impacted by this catastrophe are not asking for handouts. We're asking for a functioning government. We need knowledgeable officials, debris removal, housing support, and mental health care.
And while lawmakers are still trying to figure out exactly what happened, they're looking towards the remainder of the special session to see what exactly they can do. Nothing right now, of course, with the quorum being blocked. The special session is set to expire on August 20th. A small airplane had to make an emergency landing on Highway 70 outside of Ruidoso on Saturday. Check this out. You can see the plane along the side of the road. The Otero County Director of Emergency Services telling KTSM a single-engine Beechcraft airplane was experiencing in-air issues after leaving Ruidoso, forcing to make an emergency landing on Highway 70 near Bent. No one was hurt in the incident and the plane was not damaged. Over in St. Louis and Illinois, more than 3,000 Boeing workers walked off the job this morning. Union members who assembled Boeing's fighter jets went on strike after rejecting a second contract offer on Sunday. Boeing Defense says it's ready for the work stoppage, and it will implement a contingency plan that uses non-labor workers. According to the company, the rejected 4-year contract would have raised the average wage by roughly 40% and included a 20% general wage increase and a $5,000 ratification bonus.
Our membership spoke loud and clear today that they're not happy with Boeing's latest proposal. Their last, best, and final offer, it didn't meet the membership's expectations, and we're here to do our best to get our membership a contract that they can be happy with and ratify.
Boeing CEO downplayed the impact of the strike when talking with analysts last Tuesday about second quarter earnings, noting that the company had weathered a 7-week strike last year. And the price of groceries still stressing out most Americans. A new AP poll finds the majority of U.S. adults worry about grocery costs. More than 3/4 of people saying grocery prices are a source of stress. Prices continuing to rise and looming Trump tariff threats were most often cited for reasons of concern. Groceries were the main topic that people of all ages said was stressing them out. Well, coming up, El Paso's La Nube Steam Discovery Center is kicking off festivities this week to celebrate their first birthday. We have that story. Thanks for choosing KTSM 9 News First at 4, putting local first.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by BestReviews.com. I'm Alyssa Bergamini. Take out your phone and scan the QR code on the screen and get ready to save big. First up, a service saving you money on your child's education. If you're a parent of a high school senior or a current college student, you've likely noticed how fast college costs can add up. And the deadline to secure funding is just days away. The average annual cost for an in-state public university is nearly $29,000, while private schools can run over $60,000 a year. That's including tuition, housing, and supplies. When federal loans hit their cap, many families turn to private lenders to bridge the gap. These loans can cover up to 100% of school certified costs with no origination or application fees. Most students apply with a parent cosigner to secure the best interest rates, and later on, once they build credit and made on-time payments, students can apply for a cosigner release, which removes the parent from the loan. To explore your options, scan the QR code or head to money.com. The application process takes only a few minutes. And speaking of college, you want to make sure they are set up for success with the right technology. Meet the 2025 Apple MacBook Air, built with a powerful new M4 chip designed for Apple Intelligence. Whether you're tackling research, editing presentations, or running demanding apps, the Liquid Retina display makes everything look crisp and vibrant. Now onto something else that could be great for the dorm room or even for your home. The cooling blanket trend is everywhere, and this is the perfect addition to your bed for a restful night's sleep. Available in multiple sizes from twin to king, along with a variety of colors to fit your design lifestyle. And say goodbye to dust, dirt, and pet hair, because the Eureka Power Speed Lightweight Upright Vacuum is here to change the way that you clean. Powerful yet lightweight, this vacuum glides effortlessly from carpet to hardwood floors, giving your entire home a deep, fresh, clean feeling. Let's take a look one last time at these services and products to help you save money. Head to epicdiscounts.com or take out the phone and scan the QR code on the screen and get ready to scan, shop, and save with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Well, El Paso's La Nube Steam Discovery Center is kicking off festivities this week to celebrate their first birthday. They will be hosting a community bash this week featuring access to their interactive exhibits, live performances, special giveaways, and even more. The event all kicks off on Saturday, August 9th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Admission is free for all children, but tickets are limited. What a great addition La Nube has been to our community, especially coming from a new parent as well. Margot's still maybe a little young the first time that I took her. Excited now that she's starting to get older and this is in our backyard.
See, you have a little kid, so you can
I know.
go and
I
then
got
people
the
won't
excuse.
stare at you. If I go,
I know,
they'll be
right?
like, oh, hey, what are you doing?
We also have learned that they have some adult nights that I think they've done 2 this summer. So that's also an option for you, Robert.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No one will stare at you or judge?
Nope. You're in the
You
clear.
really love the suction tubes?
I'm a big fan of the airplane making machine. Then you try and fly it through the circle.
I always thought by now we'd be traveling around not on interstates, but in just bank tubes.
Yeah.
You get in.
At this point.
Sucks you home.
They got some of that stuff there too.
I want to go. All right, let's fire up this misery meter for you, Andy. 28 days of triple-digit heat. We're still watching the airport. If it goes to 105, this becomes a 10, meaning we've had 9 days so far between 105 and 109, and we're about ready to add even more heat. I think we hit the hottest days on Tuesday and Wednesday. A heat advisory is posted through Wednesday night. I want to extend the Weather Authority alert all the way through Thursday, but the good news is as we cruise into the weekend, the ridge of high pressure breaks down, we return to normal highs, and we get a little moisture back, so we get our thunderstorms back too. Here are the highs so far today. 99 Las Cruces, 101 Deming, 105 Juarez, and 101 for Van Horn. Right now it's 99 still in Las Cruces. Winds 6 miles per hour, 4% relative humidity. With the dome of high pressure, it sits atop the borderland. And remember, KTSM was the first station to warn you about this building extreme heat wave. Even last week, we could see this dome coming. We've got that heat advisory not only for El Paso, Doña Ana County, Luna County as well. And we'll probably stay cloud-free for the next several days. We're too dry, and of course we have that ridge of high pressure. Winds will be on the light side, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour overnight tonight. Very light winds for Tuesday, light winds for Wednesday on as well. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. I'm raising that high temperature up to 108. I always like to give you the worst case scenario, and I do believe tomorrow will be exceptionally hot. So let's be careful outdoors, please. Allergy-wise, 9s. They've been in the high range for quite a few days this summer. They will continue to be that. 69 low temperature tonight in Las Cruces with clear skies. Really, once that sun goes down, is there a better place on the planet? 104, your high temperature tomorrow. Las Cruces, you too are under that heat advisory, so let's exercise caution. 77, low temperature tonight at the International Airport. Beautiful night once the sun sets, and then tomorrow I'm expecting 108, probably one of 2 of our hottest days of the week. Now, only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. On Wednesday, I see the structure of the atmosphere almost identical these days. The hottest days, worst case scenario 108, will come down to 106 on Thursday as the ridge is still there, but it begins to weaken a little bit. 104 on Friday, weakening. Here comes a little bit of moisture for some isolated storms on Saturday evening, 101. These could be potentially strong thunder showers on Sunday. We'll need the rainfall, and here it comes. Thunder showers likely on Monday, 98, 97, slight chance Tuesday, 97 with late day storms on Wednesday. Andy?
Robert, thank you very much. Let's get one last check of traffic at this 4 p.m. hour. Live picture of I-10 Joe Battle. You can see traffic beginning to congest a little bit here on this side of town. You also have a vehicle that's pulled off to the shoulder of the road. You got an emergency vehicle there tending to that. That situation might be causing some slow and go as well here. Once again, this is I-10 and Joe Battle.
I just buried my mother. or we did, friends and family. And I say buried because she is still not resting. We did not lay her to rest. She will rest when we catch the driver.
That was the daughter of the victim, Viviana Lopez, going on social media with a photo of the suspect asking for the public's help. El Paso police have identified a 28-year-old woman as the suspect in the fatal hit-and-run crash that killed a 77-year-old woman last month in South-Central El Paso. Police confirming to KTSM that Melanie Christine Cuellar is wanted in connection with a July 18th crash that killed Maria Lopez, a mother and a grandmother. And we shared this story to our social media accounts, and many of you have shared your thoughts, and we wanted to share some of those with you. One woman writing, she's probably in Juarez. I pray you get the justice you deserve. I hope she grows up and takes responsibility for her actions and choices. Another response here, that's her, that's the expletive. I hope they get her and she rots in jail. Here on KTSM, we value your opinion, want to hear more from you, so make sure you are following us on all our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Segment sponsored by Emergence Health Network.
Hi everyone, let's get to our Mindful Monday. We're here with Lupita Pena and we're talking about helping our kids get through all the activities that they have throughout the school year. We're talking clubs, sports, homework. That could be a lot on their plate, so how do we get them through that? And how could this be good and how could it be negative?
Well, if all of these extracurricular activities are not benefiting them and the stressors are higher, that could not be good, right? So it's identifying a healthy schedule, seeing what is good for us to be involved in and maybe what might not be the healthiest for us to be involved in, and just having those conversations with the kids.
Okay, and as parents, how do we avoid putting more pressure on them? Did you get your homework? Did you get an A? Did you do all of your push-ups and sports? How can we avoid putting pressure?
Healthy structure and a schedule, making sure that you're also structured and scheduled so that they can see that from the parent. That's really helpful.
Okay, Lupita, thank you very much. Helpful advice. We'll see you all next week.
Segment sponsored by Emergence Health Network.
KTSM has issued a weather authority alert through Thursday due to the potential for extreme heat. I believe Tuesday and Wednesday will be the hottest days, peaking at 108, 106 on Thursday, 104 Friday. Finally, we see those storms return as those high temperatures begin to come down. Andy.
Robert, thank you very much. A quick preview to what's coming up at 5. El Paso County Commissioners are laying out early options for next year's tax rate. It could mean changes to your property tax bill. Diana Castillo tells us what leaders are stressing. That's all coming up in just a couple of minutes. That's it for us here on KTSM 9 News First at 4. Don't go anywhere. KTSM 9 News Now is up next.
Hair and wardrobe provided by
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Dirty? Oh, yeah.
So get me as far away from this here. No, there we go. Yeah.
15?